10 Secrets of Human Psychological Behavior, the hidden forces that shape our thoughts, actions, and relationships. The human mind, with all its intricacies and layers, has long been a source of fascination. Understanding why we think and act as we do can shed light on everything from our interpersonal relationships to our self-image. Although many of these principles operate subtly, they influence our lives in profound ways. Below, we'll explore 10 key psychological concepts that, when fully understood, can help us lead more aware, balanced, and fulfilling lives. Each of these principles reveals something unique about human nature, from how first impressions shape our interactions to how we often see ourselves reflected in others. By understanding these dynamics, we not only gain insight into our own behavior, but also develop empathy and perspective toward those around us. 1. The halo effect. Why first impressions matter more than we think. The halo effect is a powerful psychological phenomenon where our initial impression of someone influences how we perceive them overall. This can lead us to form either overly positive or negative views based on a single characteristic. For example, meeting someone who has a friendly smile or a confident presence might lead us to think they're trustworthy, competent, or kind. On the other hand, if someone appears aloof or distracted, we might judge them as uninterested or cold, even if those impressions are misleading. Princeton University researchers discovered that people form impressions within as little as 100 milliseconds. This rapid judgment can significantly impact everything from job interviews to friendships. Malcolm Gladwell, in his book Blink, explores this bias, highlighting how first impressions, while often inaccurate, are hard to shake off. We don't know where first impressions come from, and we sometimes fail to see how fragile they can be. This underscores the importance of being mindful in our initial assessments, as these quick judgments may overlook the person's true character. The halo effect reminds us that while first impressions do matter, it's essential to stay open-minded and give people a chance to reveal who they really are. Conversely, understanding the halo effect also teaches us the value of creating positive first impressions ourselves, whether in personal or professional settings. A warm smile, sincere eye contact, and a respectful demeanor can help establish trust and leave a lasting positive impact. 2. The Pygmalion effect, the power of positive expectations. The Pygmalion effect, also known as the high expectation effect, illustrates how the expectations we set for others can shape their behavior and outcomes. Named after a Greek myth in which the sculptor Pygmalion fell in love with a statue he crafted, this effect shows that when we believe in someone's potential, they are more likely to live up to those expectations. This principle is especially impactful in educational and workplace settings, where a teacher or mentor's high expectations can motivate students or employees to excel. Research by psychologists Rosenthal and Jacobson demonstrated this effect in a school setting. Teachers were told that certain students were intellectual bloomers who would perform exceptionally well. As a result, these students did achieve more, purely due to the teacher's higher expectations and encouragement. This phenomenon is a powerful reminder of how our beliefs in others can shape their achievements and even alter their self-perception. Henry Ford's well-known words capture the essence of this effect. Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Believing in someone's potential creates a supportive framework that fosters confidence and persistence. Similarly, self-belief can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, reinforcing positive behaviors that help us overcome obstacles and achieve our goals. Through the Pygmalion effect, we learn that confidence and high expectations are not merely motivational tools, but catalysts for real change and growth. 3. The crowd effect, the influence of collective behavior. Humans are social creatures, and the crowd effect, or herd mentality, is a testament to our need for belonging. This principle suggests that our behavior can be easily swayed by the actions of others, particularly in group settings. Imagine cheering loudly at a sports game or concert. The energy of the crowd amplifies our emotions, pushing us to join in even if we might normally be more reserved. A study by the University of Leeds demonstrated that 95% of people in a crowd will follow the behavior of a few individuals without questioning the rationale behind it. The crowd effect can be both empowering and risky, as it encourages shared enthusiasm but also diminishes personal accountability. Philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau noted, "People are easily influenced by collective opinions when in a crowd." This illustrates the powerful pull of social conformity, which can sometimes cloud our judgment. Being aware of the crowd effect allows us to recognize when we're acting based on personal beliefs versus social pressure. This insight is essential, especially in situations where we feel the urge to conform despite inner reservations. By staying mindful of this tendency, we can preserve our individuality and make more intentional choices, leading to a stronger sense of self. 4. The false consensus effect, overestimating shared beliefs. The false consensus effect occurs when we assume that others share our beliefs, opinions, or preferences more than they actually do. This psychological bias often leads us to overestimate the degree of agreement we have with those around us, creating misunderstandings or conflicts. For example, a person who loves a particular political ideology might assume that everyone in their social circle agrees, only to be surprised when someone voices an opposing view. Socrates' famous saying, "True wisdom is in knowing you know nothing," is a reminder of the value of humility and open-mindedness. The false consensus effect highlights our tendency to interpret our views as normal or universal, even though they are often influenced by our unique experiences and environment. By recognizing this bias, we can cultivate empathy, learn to appreciate diverse perspectives, and reduce conflict in our interactions. Awareness of the false consensus effect also encourages us to ask questions and seek feedback rather than making assumptions. When we take the time to understand others' viewpoints, we open ourselves to richer, more meaningful interactions and can broaden our own perspectives. Ultimately, the false consensus effect underscores the importance of active listening and curiosity in fostering healthy relationships. 5. The scarcity mindset, why limited availability increases value. The scarcity mindset is a psychological bias that causes us to place higher value on things that are rare or difficult to obtain. Think about limited time offers, exclusive editions, or one-time events. Our natural response to scarcity is to feel that these opportunities are more valuable simply because they're harder to come by. Marketers frequently use this principle to encourage quick decisions and increase sales. Columbia University conducted a study that found that when an item is scarce, people's desire to own it rises by 55%. This reaction is driven by our fear of missing out, a psychological trigger that heightens our sense of urgency. Psychologist Robert Cialdini summarizes it well: people want what they can't have. The scarcity mindset also extends to social dynamics, where exclusivity often boosts the appeal of certain groups or events. We can use the scarcity mindset to motivate ourselves toward personal goals. By setting limited time deadlines or creating rewards that are only accessible after specific achievements, we create a structure that drives focus and determination. But while the scarcity mindset can be a powerful motivator, it also teaches us the importance of mindfulness and perspective. Not everything rare is valuable, and understanding when scarcity truly adds worth helps us make better decisions in all areas of life. 6. The emotional contagion effect, the ripple of emotions. The emotional contagion effect demonstrates how our emotions can influence those around us. Whether we're aware of it or not, our mood and energy can impact others. Positivity can lift the atmosphere, while negativity can cast a shadow. This effect often explains why being around cheerful people can make us feel happier, while being around stressed or anxious individuals can heighten our own stress levels. Research from Harvard University has shown that having a close friend within a 1.5 kilometers radius who is happy can increase one's own happiness by 25%. Maya Angelou eloquently captures this effect in her quote, "People will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel." Emotional contagion reminds us to be mindful of the energy we bring into interactions, as our emotions can create a ripple effect that influences everyone around us. We can use the emotional contagion effect to cultivate positive environments by spreading joy and encouragement. Simple actions like smiling, expressing gratitude, or offering compliments can make a difference, creating a cycle of positivity. As we become more attuned to our emotions and their impact, we gain greater control over our interactions and foster a more supportive atmosphere for ourselves and others. 7. The self-serving bias, preserving self-esteem. The self-serving bias is a tendency to attribute our successes to personal qualities, like talent or hard work, and blame our failures on external factors, like unfair circumstances. This bias serves as a defense mechanism to protect our self-esteem, allowing us to maintain a positive self-image in the face of challenges. A University of California study found that over 70% of people display this bias regularly. For example, after a successful presentation, you might feel that it was your preparation and skills that led to the outcome. However, if the presentation didn't go as planned, you might blame technical issues or a lack of support from others. Nietzsche's quote, That which does not kill us makes us stronger, speaks to the value of resilience, which the self-serving bias helps bolster by preserving our confidence. Awareness of the self-serving bias encourages us to take ownership of our actions, both good and bad, acknowledging external factors in our successes and internalizing responsibility in our failures promotes humility and personal growth. This mindset fosters a balanced approach, where we celebrate our strengths without losing sight of the importance of learning from setbacks. 8. The Hawthorne Effect, changing behavior under observation. The Hawthorne effect refers to the tendency to alter one's behavior when aware of being observed. This phenomenon was first identified in the 1920s during a study at the Hawthorne Works factory, where researchers found that employees became more productive simply because they knew they were being watched. This effect highlights how external observation can serve as a motivator, enhancing accountability and focus. In professional settings, the Hawthorne effect often results in higher productivity and engagement when employees know their work is being monitored. However, this principle can also be harnessed in personal development. By tracking goals, sharing progress with others, or setting up self-checks, we can create a sense of being observed that motivates us to stay consistent. Mark Twain said it well, always do right. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. The Hawthorne effect teaches us that sometimes, simply being accountable can inspire us to do our best. 9. The bystander effect, diffusion of responsibility in groups. The bystander effect explains that in situations requiring action, people are less likely to intervene if there are many others present. Each individual assumes that someone else will take responsibility, leading to a phenomenon called diffusion of responsibility. This can result in no one acting, even in emergencies. The Kitty Genovese case of 1964 brought this effect to public attention. Numerous witnesses saw her being attacked, but failed to call for help, assuming that others would. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "What hurts the most is not the actions of bad people, but the silence of good people." Understanding the bystander effect is a call to action. When we see someone in need, we should act instead of waiting for others to step in. Often, a single, small gesture can make all the difference. 10. The mirror effect, finding ourselves in others. The mirror effect suggests that the traits we observe in others often reflect our own qualities, both positive and negative. If we admire someone's passion or enthusiasm, it could reveal a longing to express that part of ourselves. Conversely, if we're irritated by someone's arrogance, it might indicate an area of self-criticism. Carl Jung explored this concept, saying, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." The mirror effect teaches us that our reactions to others can provide valuable insights into our character, motivations, and desires. By recognizing that others act as mirrors, we can use these observations to cultivate greater self-awareness, empathy, and personal growth. These 10 psychological principles offer a fascinating glimpse into the hidden forces that shape our thoughts, actions, and relationships. From the halo effect's impact on first impressions to the mirror effect's invitation to self-reflect, these insights give us tools to navigate our lives with greater awareness, empathy, and intention. By understanding and applying these principles, we can become more mindful, empathetic, and authentic in our interactions, making each connection more meaningful and fulfilling. Remember, the journey doesn't stop here. Learning about the mind is a lifelong endeavor that brings new perspectives and personal growth. So, take what you've learned today, apply it, and watch how it transforms your understanding of yourself and the world around you. If you found value in these insights, don't keep them to yourself. Share this video with friends and family, and let's build a community of people eager to understand and improve themselves. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss out on our upcoming explorations into the human mind. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's keep learning, stay curious, and continue to grow together. We'll see you in the next video.